Yeah, see that's white girl. Good evening, everybody. Hello, hello. All right, so we are broadcasting live from the Craft to Quit Zoom room. So if you are a Craft to Quit member, VIP member, or Craft to Quit Platinum VIP member, then you can get in this Zoom room. You can join the Craft to Quit Zoom link and come in the Zoom room. Questions and all of that will be posed from the Craft to Quit Zoom room. So if you want to ask questions during this demo, come on over to the Craft to Quit Zoom link if you are a Platinum VIP member. So this is a come on and get in the Zoom room. I'm on Platinum VIP, Platinum VIP tonight. I can see the comments in the YouTube, but the questions and things for the Automizer, I'm gonna go through. I've had quite a few questions and things for I've had a few questions this week that have come through in the community, in my inbox. I did post a mock-up that I did for a customer this week. And so I had some people who hit me up asking questions about the Automizer that are new to the Automizer. So I thought we would do a demo of the Automizer, and then I might demo one of the products, or give you all some information about doing these actual products. One of the questions that I did have was about the gift bag. So how do you get the image on the gift bag? So the gift bag is actually not a sublimation item. It's a it's just a regular gift bag, and we print that image out on photo paper, and then we attach it to the gift bag. So I am going to get started on changing out this design. And so y'all, here we go. Well, first let me talk to y'all about the Automizer first, because that's one of the confusions with the Automizer is actually setting the Automizer up. And if you have some people were given the Automizer during a session with Shanon. I think it was during one of the Shopify challenges, or it was one of the challenges that she did. I don't remember, but I know that some people got a version of the Automizer, but it wasn't necessary the full version. Okay. You were given the opportunity to get the full version of the Automizer. She gave y'all a version of the Automizer, the base version of the Automizer. She gave it to you all during that, and then gave you the option to upgrade to the full version of the Automizer for $100. That was like the best deal ever with the Automizer, like that's ever been done on the Automizer. So I wanted to go through, if you have the actual full version of the Automizer, okay? If you have the full version, when you log into your academy, you will see Automizer 002, you'll see Automizer 003, and then you'll see Automizer 004 Vault Bundles. Okay. Automizer 004 is the Vault Bundles, is the actual full version of the Automizer. Okay. So when you go into that, you'll see that you'll have these large format banners, which she puts separate from the full version of the Automizer. So the full current version of the Automizer should be labeled as the 2022-0918. Okay. So this is your full version of the Automizer, and this is the file you want to download. And when you download it, it'll go to your downloads, and then you extract it, and you will extract it to you're going to extract it to your desktop. Okay. You want to extract the Automizer to your desktop. And then you want to work from your desktop. So what I'll show you is I have my desktop version of the Automizers right here. It's on my desktop. As you can see, it says desktop, and this is the version right here that is the desktop, the full version of the Automizer. It's still named the same thing and everything. Okay. And then I have my Google Drive, and I have some folders that are pinned here in my access from my Google Drive. Okay, so I have a folder that I put in my Google Drive, all of my Automizer files. So every single last one of these is a skin tag that I've done for the Automizer. Okay, and I save these in my Google Drive, not on my desktop and not on my computer, anywhere. The only place that these files are saved are on the external hard drive, and the only thing that is on my computer is the original version of the Automizer and my large format banners for if I want to go in and grab one of those for my mockup. Okay. So when you go into your main version, I'm going to close this out, of the Automizer, you're going to have a bunch of files. And you're going to have files that start in 0_, and then you're going to have files that start in 01_, and then you're going to have files that start with a dimension. Okay. So see, you have files here that start with the dimensions, and these all represent the 3 different files that are being created in the Automizer as you work. Okay. As you can see, I've been working, and so I have several different accents. I have several different things going on in mine. You won't have all of this stuff. This is just extra stuff that I have in mind, like the additional accents, the additional colors, and different things like that. So as a matter of fact, well, I'm not going to do it because I'm going to flip this out. But so your 0_ files are your design files. That is each element of the design. So usually our accent 1 is our logo image, if we're doing like school or team or whatever. And then we have the accent images, and then the colors, whatever our colors. So when you look at each one of these elements, if you are in the academy and you are taking courses and you're using the templates, you should recognize that these things match with different elements that you'll see on the smart template. So essentially, the design elements are your layers of your smart template broken down into one increment. So each layer that you would have in the layer of your smart template is broken down into an element. Okay, so that's your design files, is the 0_. Okay, so then we move to our 01_. The 01_ is our product mockups. So when you're working in the Automizer, your mockups are being created, your design is being created, and then you have your print files. So the ones that start with the dimension are your actual print files. Okay, and I'm going to go back and show you like going to print and everything after I change out this design. Okay, so now let's go ahead and go and start working on the design. I always typically start with the all over shirt. Okay, and I go in to the all over, you click into that opens your individual product mockup, and then you're going to double click and go into the actual elements that make up this all over. Okay, so remember how I said that all of your layers that make up the design, and then you'll see over here that each one of these are the elements that make up this design. Okay, so when you open up your Automizer, every time you open up and you see this little yellow caution mark, you'll see it in different areas. Okay, so I see it here, I see it here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and I'm going to say update all modified content. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this one out, and then I'm going to show you how I save this one that I'm working in to go start on a new design. Okay. All right. So our all over, if you're working in Smart template, is made up of two things, our foreground and our background. So I'm going to go into my foreground image here. I see my yellow caution sign, so I'm gonna do update all modified content. Over here already. Start pulling from. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just getting my pulling my files open over here. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I am going to change my primary color. Okay, and the way that I'm going to do that is I am going to, now this one really doesn't have a logo. You could put a logo in there, but since I know my logo, I'm gonna have my logo on my other elements, which are my Rice Krispie treat, my chip bag, and all of that. It's not on the all over on this design, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to my accent image, because that's where I'm going to get my um my colors from. Okay, So let's see. Get my logo that I'm going to use. Where's my stuff at? Oh, you know what? I have it in a different folder. Just a second. I thought I had all this pulled up and ready to do. I guess I didn't. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this one. Okay. And I'm gonna turn this off. And I want to get my color from here. Get this green. And I'm gonna go ahead and close that off. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into, I'm gonna right click and go to my text 6. And now I'm gonna update my color 2. And I want that to be this green. Yes, to save. And I always give the disclaimer. It's gonna take a little bit longer than it normally does because we're on the Zoom, and Photoshop doesn't like sharing resources. And I'm gonna pick a second color here. I'm gonna pick one of my theme colors. I'll pick that yellow. Okay. Let that update. And then I am gonna leave this with the green. And I think what I'm gonna do is for my stroke, I'm gonna go in there and make it yellow. Okay. And then I'm gonna update that. And let that update. And it's gonna take me back to my foreground. Okay, so now the beautiful thing about the Automizer now is that I can go in, and now when I go into my text, now you see those yellow caution marks that are there. We're gonna right click and we're gonna update all modified content. All right, and let's do the same thing with that stroke here on graduate. Let's change that black. to gold. Say okay. And this is also editable. So I'm going to put senior. And I've on this particular design, I've done this for like cheerleaders, and I put cheer there. I've done football, and they've had me put football. We've done basketball. So since it's editable, you can put whatever you want right there. If you all haven't seen this particular design or skin pack, that Jumpman, I've gone ahead and change it out. We have all these different silhouettes that are available in there. So I'm going to put color guard. For those of you that don't know, my daughter is the captain of the head captain of the color guard at her school. So I'll go ahead and just put the color guard there. All right. And I'm going to just move that over a little bit. All right. And now my foreground is updated. Okay. So now I'm going to go into my background. And I went into I right clicked on my background and opened my background up. And now you'll see that I have the yellow caution marks. So I'm going to right click on one of the layers that has the yellow caution mark, and I'm going to say update all modified content. I swear I put volleyball in there. I'm gonna have to go back because I swear I did put volleyball in there. I always be thinking about you whenever I'm doing the sports, because you say nobody ever puts volleyball. So I've been trying. You see, I added volleyball to my backgrounds. Okay, so my green and yellow updated right here, but what we have going on for this particular background is that I have a gradient here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I open my gradient, and I'm going to go to update these. I'm gonna put the green on the outside, and I'm gonna put the yellow on the inside. Okay, now my background is updated. Now my background is updated. My foreground is updated. So my all over design is good. So pretty much, except for when I go to the party favorites that have the images, my design, designing is complete. So like when we're in the smart template and we flip the color out, we change our color, we change our text, we change the photos, and then we're done. So in the Automizer, I just changed the colors, I changed the text, and now I am going to, you know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into my foreground. I'm going to do something different with this front. So let me, I'm going to look in this silhouette and see. And I have the yellow. Let's update all modified content. Let's see. Did I? Basketball, color guard. Nope, I didn't put no volleyball. I thought I did. I got basketball in there. So I'm going to turn the color guard off. And I'm gonna put an image in here because that was one of the questions that I had from the one that I posted. I'm gonna put an image in here, and instead of putting it inside of here, because I have an automatic a color overlay, that because you see these images are like silhouettes and they're black. So I have a color overlay. You can just turn it off. But what I'm gonna do is actually bring my image in, and I'm gonna just put it over. Um, I'm gonna put it on top of that layer. Okay. Let me turn on the jump man so I can see I want to size her. Size her to about that height and about the same height as the jump man. And then I'm gonna go turn the jump man off, and then I'm gonna close this. Okay, now the only thing that I have to do here, oops, is that let's photo, move her over, and I'm gonna take that stroke off. And right here. Okay, so I'm gonna close that out. All right, and now I'm gonna close out of this because my foreground and background for my all over is done. Okay, so there's my all over mock-up. So now what we just did was our all over front. So that 44 by 36 image, that's actually the size that you will print it. Now my mock-up is complete. The product mock-up individually is complete. And now I'm back at my mega mock-up. Okay. So now I can go to my t-shirt back, double click, see yellow, do update all modified content. Okay, I'm gonna go into my back. All right, I see yellow, so I'm gonna do update all modified content. All right, so now my background is updated. And now I'm gonna go to my foreground back. I'm gonna double click there. I'm gonna update all modified content. And then I am gonna go into my text here. I'm gonna update all modified content. Okay. And I think I'm gonna leave that the green. Thinking about switching it to the gold, but I think I'm gonna leave it the green. I'm gonna close out of here. Okay, and then I'm gonna go back to my text 9. And I'm gonna update all modified content. Okay. And I'll change the name. And I'm going to close out. Okay. And then I'm gonna close out of this foreground back. That's gonna save and take me back to my 44 by 36, which is my print file for my back of my all over shirt. And now I'm gonna close out of that, and it's gonna take me back to my actual product image. Okay. And so see, for me, I don't like how the green is on there, so I probably would change it to the gold. But just for demo purposes, I'll keep going. All right. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into my Rice Krispie treat. And I'm gonna open, double click in. And then I'm going to right click and update all modified content. And this is where the beauty of the Automizer begins to kick in. So, how many of y'all in the chat created party favors prior to the Automizer? Give me a 1 in the chat if you created party favors outside of the Automizer in Photoshop. Okay, Sharon, where were you creating party favors at? You can unmute.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I collected templates from another vendor.
Okay, what kind of templates were they?
They were Photoshop that
For
I never really
Photoshop?
learned to work.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
I mean, I can obviously work them now, but I was
Right.
collecting them.
Oh yeah, I remember several templates that I collected in Photoshop and open. I was like, well, it's probably not that hard. Or they would say, oh, I'm gonna have instructions on that come with it that tell you how to work it, And I was like, oh, okay. And so I'll be able to figure it out. And yeah, I would get the templates and not know what to do with them. So what I did was started designing party favors in Canva. That's what I started doing. So when I would do my party favors, I would have to go each individual one from go in, do my chip bag, change out everything on the chip bag, and then I would have to um once I got it changed out, like once I would do the chip bag, then I had to go from the chip bag to the Rice Krispie treat, change all the pictures, change all the text, change everything out, and then had to go finish that, then had to go to the Hershey bar, change the pictures, change the text, change everything out. So it was a process. So for me, who I was doing a lot of party favorites at the time, I was doing a lot of party favor packs, and I would have to, it would take me about to do like 5 party favors and change everything out and create a template or whatever. It would take me anywhere from an hour, about an hour and 20 minutes to an hour and a half to go to each party favor and change it out. And so when I started in the academy, I was like, and I started learning things in Photoshop, I was like, surely I should be able to figure out something better to do my how to do my party favors. So I started putting together a template, and that was probably after I'd been in the academy for almost a year. I created my first like party favor template in Photoshop, and I went from changing out stuff that took me an hour and a half to taking me about 30 to 45 minutes maybe, but a fraction of the time basically. And when I finished it, I showed Shannon, and I was like, look at what I did. I made a template. And with all the things that I learned in the academy, I was able to create that template. And then she was like, so is this really a thing? Like, Shannon never made party favors and stuff like that. So she was like, is this really a thing? And I was like, this is a huge thing. Like, and party favors is pretty big. And so she was like, And so I sent her my template that I did for the party favors, and then the Automizer was born, which blew my little template out the water. Because after you do your designs, like after you do your designs and people use Silhouette, people use Microsoft Word, people use Canva. After you do that, after you do your design, then you still got to take your design if you're trying to show it to a customer, you still have to take that design and go and put it on a mock-up. If you're trying to list it as a product or whatever, you still have to take the images, those flat images that you create, and then go and get a mock-up and put it on a mock-up, download the mock-up, all those things individually. So to make one little one party pack, it can take you a while from design to finish if you're trying to make it and then showcase it and all of that. But I know I'm running my mouth and my computer is running a little bit slower because I'm on Zoom. But now, all at one time, all of these things are being done for me. So before this, it was truly a process. And for me, even with the template that I created, it was still a process because even after I got through the template, I still had to extract the files and then go and make a mock-up. And then put a mock-up together with all of them, all the items together, which I was doing in Canva. I would have to go to like three different, I'll have to go to Place It because I had my chip bag mock-up and Place It. So I would go to Place It, do my chip bag mock-up, then open the little Photoshop mock-up that I got for the Rice Krispies, put that in there, then go to the Hershey one that I got and put the Hershey bar in there, and then go to the Capri Sun file that I got. Like, so it was a whole process. And y'all can see I'm just going through this. And when I get the mock-up complete, one of the questions that was posed this week is, okay, so I have the full version of the Automizer and I see the button, I see the Capri Sun, I see those, but how do I get those in my design? Or maybe, and then we've had people in the past who they look at the mock-ups and they didn't see those items and they're like, oh, well, I thought there was a button in there and thought it was that. So, yeah. Let that update. Close out of there. So now we don't just have to offer our party favors. We can do all of this stuff at one time with the matching t-shirts. And so many other products. So I did a count and I think, let me look on my thing because I sent it to Shannon to tell her because we were like guesstimating how many products are in the Automizer right now. So what is it? How many? I think we said it was okay, there are 35 mock-ups, 35 products in the Automizer right now. So there are 35 different products that you can compile to make your custom mock-up because all the mock-ups are customizable. You don't have to stick with like the mock-ups that are you don't have to stick with the mock-ups that are pre-made in the Automizer. Those pre-made Automizers are just, the pre-made mock-ups are just a starting place for you because maybe you don't offer all the products that are on the particular mock-up that's in the Automizer. Maybe you just offer some of those products, but you're able to customize the mock-up to look the way that you want it to look for the events that you wanted to and for the products that you want to showcase. Okay. I am going to change this text to thank you. Update all modified content, even though this is going to be white. And I'm going to change this text to update all modified content first. Okay. And actually, I think I'm gonna just turn, well, I can put her here. Let's make it. All right, and I'm gonna close out of here. And we are almost done. Right click and update all modified content. So Nigel, you didn't start doing party favorites until the Automizer came out.
Yes, that's correct. I guess I just tried it out and was printing. I was in some other groups that did party favors. So I just never had any interest until the Automizer.
Okay. Like one time for the Automizer. It's because it makes the process much easier, especially designing them. And all the dimensions are already done for you. Because that's where I was at. Like I had to, either I had to keep buying all the templates and to get the dimensions. I was watching YouTube videos. I was watching a lot of because that's kind of where more so I started, was doing things like the party favors, and I was doing a lot of mini albums. But when that Etsy store jumped off, I forgot. Honestly, I forgot that I still had my mini albums listed. And I got an order for 2 albums in the middle of all of that that rush that I did, that first graduation season. And I was like, oh, I could do this. And yeah, it was a train wreck trying to get those mini albums done. And all the designing for graduation season for the t-shirts and stoles. So needless to say, all those listings got turned off. On the water bottle? No. And update all modified content. Now, the next part we're going to do is I'm going to show you all how you save it and how you want to start to work on another design. If you have other skin packs that you purchase, oh no, I'm going to show you something else first. I'm going to show you how to bring in the Capri Sun. Close that out. Now actually, let me open this again. Now say you want to bring in like that photo that I had on the Rice Krispie treat. It's not on the water bottle. So what we have on the water bottle comes with the photo 1 is on there already. So you don't see any of the other photos, which I think I put in photo 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to say file, place embedded. And let me make sure I'm on the layer where I want to go to do that. And I'm going to say file, place embedded. And what I want to do is I'm going to go to my design files and I see my photo 2. So I want to put my photo 2 here. So I'm going to say place embedded, my photo 2. It's going to put it in there for me. And I'm going to move that over. And I'm going to resize it. Now, the next time that I get ready to do this particular skin pack, I want this photo 2 to always be there. So that when I change it in one place and I update, it's going to always change. So when you first bring in that photo 2 here, it comes in as a smart object. And you'll see that all of these files have links on them, and that's because they're linked to the design file so that every time you go to one of the products and you right click and update all modified content, it automatically updates for you. Right now, the way that this photo 2 is sitting here, it will not update. I have to relink this photo to the photo 2 design file so that every time I change out this photo 2, it will change everywhere. And now you'll see that little rectangle changes to the link. So now if I change this image here, now I don't have to keep going and putting photo 2 in. It's going to update everywhere that photo 2 is on the Automizer. Okay. All right. And that take us back to our product mockup. And now I'm going to go back to our mega mockup. Now the same thing. Like I said, there's 35 products in the Automizer. Now, let's say I want to put in my, let's see, file, place, embedded. Let's put the Capri Sun in. So I'm gonna go find the Capri Sun mock-up, which is right here, and I'm gonna say place. Okay, and there's my Capri Sun mock-up. It already matches. Did a demo with these colors and stuff already. But it's not this design. It's a different, that's the 125 design. I'm gonna put my little Capri Sun. I should put it right here. I'll put it down here. Okay. Now the same thing with this Capri Sun. So right now, this Capri Sun is not linked to our files in our Automizer. So when I update these files, this one, when I go in here, it's not going to update because I haven't linked it and told the Automizer, hey, this is the files that you need to be pulling the colors and photos and everything from. So now I'm going to do right click and I'm going to say relink to file. And I'm going to go back to my files and I'm going to go back to that Capri Sun mockup. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to say place. And now it's going to update and it's going to have the link. Now this is a link to our design file. Now I can go into this Capri Sun and you'll see that even when you look at the colors right here, color 1, 2, 3, 4, they all have a caution mark on it because this came from a completely different design. So now I'm going to right click and do update all modified content because I have that yellow caution mark. And now it's going to update to the colors of my design that I'm working in now. So my color 1, color 2, 3, and 4 are all going to change based on what those design files are that's in my desktop. So now you can see it changed out my colors. And now I'm going to go ahead and go into the Capri Sun. And you see this is a different design. This was the 125. And now I'm going to right click. I'm going to update all modified content, and everywhere that yellow caution sign is, those are the layers that are going to update to now the current design. And now it switched it to my current design. Okay. And just like that, the Capri Sun design file is done. And this is bothering me because it bothered me on my chip bag and I didn't fix it, and now I'm gonna fix it. Now that's centered. Okay. That was bothering me on my chip bag, but I didn't want to go back and do it again. So I just can't leave it like that this time. Okay, and now I go back to my product mockup, and then I'm gonna back out of here and go to my mega mockup. Okay, so that's how you add a product in there. I added my Capri Sun, updated it, and now those things are done. Okay, so now I've finished saving. I finished doing my whole design, and I want to keep this design. Okay, but I want to do something different. I want to do a different skin pack. Okay, so now this is done. So I am going to save this first, which the Automizer is saving for you automatically in the background. It's saving everything. So when you go to look at your when you look at your the files, go to my desktop and I'll look here. All of those things that I changed, they've changed. My colors have changed out. My photos changed. all of my designs that I touched in here, they changed. So I could go and put this slate in there and I could update it. It's gonna update to match my design that's there now. Okay. So now let's say you finished and you can do one of two ways. You can save all of your 0_ because that's a skin pack. Your 0 to all the 0 files are your design files, and those are the skin pack. When I save mine, I save the entire thing with all the product mockups. And I'm going to show you why I do that. Okay. So I'm going to tell this to select all. And this is how you save your design. You don't change like the folder name. You don't change any of that. You don't change any of that stuff. You're going to select all the files, or you're going to select all your design files, and you're going to say copy. Okay. Now, remember at the beginning, I said you want to save your files for your design, your skin packs, you want to save those in a different location. So I'm going to take those, and then I switch this out. I'm going to go to where I save all my Automizer files. And now I'm going to create a new folder. Okay. And I'm going to say Jada Senior 23. Okay. And I'm going to open this folder, and then I'm going to say paste. And now all of those files are going to save into this folder. Okay. And that's how you save your design that you want to keep. If you created something in the Automizer, that's how you save it. You select all the design files, or you select all the files, all the design files, the product mockups, and the mockup, and the print files. You save everything all together. Okay. I'm gonna let that go ahead and copy those files there. And then I'm going to show you now. I say, okay, well, I bought this other skin pack, or I want to start working on this other design. So now what do I do? And that's the next step. And of course, saving all the files, it does do two things. It takes longer to save, and it takes up more space on your drive. Okay. But I'm going to show you why I do this. Could do it all at the same time, but I think it slows it down if I start working on another action, because the Automizer, the files are so big, so I just wait for it to finish. Okay, so it's done. So now I'm gonna go to, let's see, which one I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to this one. That's the 146. So, well, I'm not going to do it because in this one, and I'll show you, I could show you the difference, but I'm not going to do it. So this one just has the design files, because that's how I designed this one. So I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to go to, let's see what I did for this part. Okay, so for this one, I have all of these files. So I'm going to select. Actually, I'm gonna just delete this folder because I don't need it. That way I can do select all. What's that doing? Okay. All right, now I'm gonna do select all. And I'm gonna copy. Okay, so I copied. Now I'm gonna go to my desktop where my design file is, my Automizer is. I'm gonna open this and I'm gonna say paste. Okay, it's gonna ask me, because all the files are the same name, it's gonna ask me if I want to replace the files that are there. Well, I'm gonna say yes, because I've already saved all these files somewhere else. So I already have all these files. And if I need to go back to this, I can just go grab those files, copy them, bring them back here and say paste. So you see, you don't change out the name, you don't change the name of the Automizer, you don't change anything. You just create you a folder and you take all those files over to that folder. Okay, so now they're asking, do I want to replace the file? Yes, I want to replace the file. So now you're going to start seeing those files that I had there before, they're going to start changing. You'll see, like, my accent one was that Spartan. So here now my accent one is this tiger. My foreground is going to change. All of the items that this one is replacing, you'll start to see those changes. The photos will change out. If I did a photo 1, photo 2, those different items will change out. This one probably gonna take a little bit longer than the original copying of them. And this, for the reason that this takes a little bit longer is because these files are saved not on my computer. These files are saved onto my Google Drive. So while since they're on my Google Drive, the computer has to access those files on my drive and then copy them here. So it takes a little bit longer for it to pull those files out of my cloud storage and put them here. But I do not want these files saved onto my computer where my Automizer is, because if any of you all were in class with us for the Shopify challenge, we had a mini Automizer that we had y'all save onto the desktop. And some of you who had the Automizer already on your desktop, when y'all had it on y'all's desktop already, the Automizer got confused because it had 2 files in the same location, both on the desktop, with the files that are the exact same name. So that's why, and what we had to do was relink when we were going into design for the challenge. We were getting a question mark on our files because the Automizer was like, well, Do you want me to take the zero accent one from this folder, or you want me to take the zero accent one from this other folder that's in the same location? So that's why, and sometimes what happens when we were doing test runs of this and we were building some skin packs, we got all the way through and the Automizer flipped all them files back to the other design after we had already completed a whole thing, a whole skin pack. And it was like, oh, and that's when we knew, okay, we cannot save these files at the same place. So, Nikki, I do not know. I can't give you an exact date that the new Automizer products are going to come out. And that is because the final, like I've been working on some, and then Shanon is working on some. But of course, she goes through, like, even the ones that I do, she'll go through those and, just kind of make sure everything's good and get those all together. So we're probably gonna do it's gonna be like a big release of the Automizer, because we are at the almost 1 year anniversary of the debut of the Automizer. So we're gonna probably do something a little special to celebrate the Automizer, and it will include the updates that are going to be coming with it. So some of the things that we have on like the 2.0, like where we have the fan will be added to the Automizer. The gift box that we did, that's being added to the Automizer. The what else? Oh, the money card holder, the Kit Kat insert, if any of y'all make the Kit Kat wallets for the party favors, the insert for that's going to be added into the Automizer. Also, any of you who have taken my marketing class and have the product listings template from the class, that template and those mock-ups are going to be added. We're going to do a plug-in of the Automizer that's separate, that just makes your mock-ups. So once you've done like your design files, if you do your design files in a smart template, you'll be able to go to this plugin and just put in your design files that you pulled from your smart template, and it'll create all your mock-ups without you having to go through all of the design process for the Automizer. That sound good, Nigel? Because as we're looking at all the comments, we're listening to everything that everybody is saying. This is taking quite a while, but we're listening to everything that everybody is saying, and we realize that one of the most powerful tools about the Automizer is the mock-ups, is the is being able to put those mock-ups to use for upsells and things like that. So, but the other side of that is that I know from a practical side of using the main thing, like for the Automizer with me, is that I'm able to showcase all of my products in a very like beautiful and elegant way to my customers for my product listings on my Etsy store, on my website. But when I'm working and I'm trying to push out, you know, 25 to 30 designs in a day because I've got orders to fill, design, like actually going in the Automizer, updating everything, it takes a while. So when I'm working on a daily basis, I work in my smart templates because they move faster. But I still need to mock up those products. So the new plugin that we're going to be bringing out is going to be um just a segment that's just for the mock-ups. And it's going to include not just your product mock-ups, but the product listings. So you'll have your images ready to load into your Etsy store or your Shopify or whatever platform you're using in order to actually sell your products. This is taking so long. Maybe I should have picked a different skin pack because I haven't pulled this design I did quite a long time ago. But it would be done if all I did was bring in the design file. So I can tell you the reason that I do it, and then I'll show you whenever it finishes copying. If you just bring in your design files and you copy it in here for the design files, when this finishes copying, it's not going to automatically update this mock-up if you just put the design files in there. What happens if you just put the design files in is that you have to go in to each product and do update all modified content, and then it updates it. Okay. When you put in all of the products, every product that you previously touched on a design, it will flip it out for you immediately. So when this finishes copying this new design, you'll be able to see the new design on here immediately, and I won't have to go into each layer to update everything. It's going to automatically update. And then all I have to do is go in, if I'm using the same design, and that's why I save each one individually. I save, like if I'm doing like if I flip this from green to purple, I'm going to save that purple design, because then when I have a customer that comes to me and they want a design that's going to be purple and gold, I can put that design in. It's going to flip the whole thing out for me at one time. And all I got to do is go in and change the name and the photos. So that's why I do it that way, to save the whole thing. And every one that I do, every color that I do, every variation that I do, I save the entire thing, because it saves me time later on of having to go in and update every individual one. But it does take some time, especially pulling from the Google Drive. So I actually, if whatever variation of, and that's of any design, like once I do a design, I save it always. So I can always go back to it. Because at first I would just start working on a new design, and I was just saving the the zero underscore through like that first little section of the design files. And then when I started doing it this other way, because I was like, oh, you know what? And I did it accidentally, and I let it do it, and then the whole thing flipped out, and I was like, hey, wait a minute. And then every time I did it, it still happened. So one of the other things that I do want to show y'all is that one of the other questions that we've gotten is, how do I get my logo to update like everything else updates in the Automizer? Because when the file is done, the logo is actually just a smart object. So you have to go in every time and change the logo out to your logo from the Innate Academy logo. But I'm gonna show you how you don't have to do that every time, and you can get it to update just like all the other items. And tonight, I know we were supposed to, y'all were looking for a demo tonight. It's been a long week here in my house. I have sick kid, fever, and my daughter that was supposed to do the demo for y'all, she was not feeling good. So I decided to just do this because we had gotten so many questions, and so I just decided to do this instead, and we'll either do the demo or we'll do the demo either probably Sunday sometime. So you just keep your notifications on, because tomorrow we're not gonna have time. And your girl is tired. I needed my production team to get some rest tonight because she wasn't feeling good, and she got to get back on the grind. So today was our last, Friday shipment day, last shipment push of the week. Okay, so now it finished copying, right? So now you see it's working. Finally finished copying. And it's going, there you go. So the only thing that did not update, okay, and that's the magic of the Automizer. The only thing that didn't update is the Capri Sun. And that's because at the time that I did this design, the Capri Sun was not part of the Automizer yet. Okay, so I never touched the Capri Sun in this particular design. So now I can go in, update all modified content. It's gonna update my colors first. Okay, and then I'm gonna go into the Capri Sun. And I'm gonna right click and update all the modified content. Now, because I have not worked on this one before, I have my foreground here. And the only thing that's not in here is my photo. So I can do file, place, embedded. I can get my photo, place that in there. And him below there. Move him and change the blend mode. And close out of there. And now that's done. So now, if I was doing this for a different customer, all I would do is flip this to that and go in and change the name and change the photo and go through everything and let it update. But my overall design is already done. So it doesn't take as long to move through the products because the background's already changed for me, because this is if that's the design I'm using, the background's already done. And if I'm leaving it this colors, the colors are already done. So that's why I say each color variation that you do, save that color variation, because then you don't have to wait for those layers to update when you go to use it again. So you're going to move through the update all modified content much quicker because it's not having to update every last single thing. Okay. So now, let me show you how to do this wall logo. So right here, the wall logo is a smart object, okay? So what you want to do is open your wall logo. And then you want to go File, Save As. And I want to go to my Automizer files. Okay, and I want to change my format to TIFF. And I'm going to leave it as the wall logo 3D. Let's see. I already have one. So I'm going to put this as wall logo 3D 2. And then I'm going to say save. And you just say, okay. 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 All right. And then I'm going to close out of this. Now, it's still wall logo 3D right here. And it's the smart object. Okay. So the same way that we did before, we got to relink the file. So what I just did was save that file into my design, my skin pack. Okay. And now I'm going to right click and do relink to file. And I'm going to go find that wall logo 3D. I think it's at the bottom because I didn't put the number in front of it. But I have wall logo 3D 2. Okay. And I'm going to connect to that and I'm going to say place. And now that's a linked file, just like the other files in the skin pack. And now every time when you change it out to the new skin pack, like when you get a new skin pack from the Academy and it has the Academy logo in there, when you do that process, it'll keep your logo there. And when you make your skin packs or when you're making your designs, it'll automatically update every time to your wall logo. As long as you name it the same exact thing that wall logo is named there. Yeah, Sharon, it's much faster if you save the entire thing than if you're doing the same school. Like for me, I have, schools that I'm doing over and over again. So the logo is the same, the colors are the same, all of those things are the same. The only thing I'm changing is the photo and the text. So I keep that skin pack and I save the entire thing. So when I switch back to it, everything's already done for me except for the photo and the text. Now you will have to get you a larger, I don't know what size external hard drive or what size cloud storage you have, but you will either have to upgrade your cloud storage because these files, when you save them like that, they take up a whole lot of space. I think that the whole skin pack like that is about 2 gigabytes almost. So it takes up a lot of space. So yeah, you could save it on your external hard drive, and it probably, if you were doing it from your external hard drive, saving them there, they're gonna update quicker. I like to have stuff on my Google Drive and my external hard drive, so I save in both the places. And I like having double protection because I actually have 2 external hard drives and my Google Drive that I save. So I save everything initially on my Google Drive, and then I copy everything and purge stuff from my Google Drive to my external hard drive. So each month I have my customers files in a folder, and so I'll keep 3. I'll leave 3 months on my Google Drive, and then I'll move it and copy it to my hard drive. And I like to keep my customers' files for at least especially memorial stuff, because what I find what happens with my customers is my memorial customers, they will buy all of their stuff, and then when that person's birthday comes, they'll come back and buy more memorial shirts of that design to celebrate the person's birthday. So I like to keep the designs for a certain amount of time without getting rid of everything. So I was on something new. Yes, this video it'll be published on the YouTube channel. You can watch it from the YouTube. So yeah, I just wanted to go ahead, and I know the Automizer has been, one thing we get a whole lot of questions about, and so I wanted to do another walkthrough, and show y'all that we are going to start having our Automizer help desk or Automizer office hours, where you'll be able to come and get live help on the Automizer, actually share your screen, issues that you are dealing with the Automizer. We are going to start having those sessions that you can come to, just like the live classes, and those are going to be free to anyone who has the Automizer. Okay. So, all right, that's gonna be it. I thank y'all for joining me tonight. I did just want to say that some of you all have asked about my marketing class. I am going to be doing the marketing class on Sunday. So, if you have not taken my marketing class, it is full of information to teach you how to start getting group orders and organizations. The marketing class is specifically geared towards schools and sports organizations because that's who I target, is schools and sports organizations. But the strategies that I teach you in the marketing class are strategies that can be applied to whatever your niche is. That marketing class comes with a package that is an intro package that you can, it has a letter, an intro letter that you can present with a template for a product sheet, for you to make a product sheet of all of the product offerings that you would make to a specific organization. It has the product listings template. I put a lot of stuff into that marketing class. I put a lot of stuff into that marketing class. So it is jam-packed with information. So I will be doing that class this Sunday. And for anybody who, if you haven't taken it, you want to join, it's posted in the academy, and y'all can on Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Says, can you refer a video to show us how to create group pages in Shopify? So I don't know if the video from Thursday that we pushed to YouTube for the live audits that we did for Try to Quit Thursday is still up. I think it is, but I did show how to create at the beginning of that session. I was actually making a page in my Shopify store, and I demoed it on screen yesterday. So you should be able to refer back to that video. It should be on the YouTube channel. Go to the channel and then go to live content. And it's at the very beginning of the video. So tomorrow on Saturday, y'all, we have stuff going on every day in the academy now, if y'all don't know it. We have an event or we have something going on every day in the academy. The only day that there may not be something going on is Sunday, but that's probably going to be quickly changing too. So on tomorrow, we have our Beginner Bites series for the newbie orientation. So what that is at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are new to the academy, if you're just joining the academy and you're needing help with how to set up your workspace, how to get your dual monitors going, how to get your Zoom right so you can share on the screen when you come to VIP class, that is where you want to be. You want to go there and get those things set up because Coach Ann is walking everybody through that and getting you set up. There's also a beginner that's at 11, and then at 12 there's a beginner, like a beginner Photoshop class that kind of just gets you familiar with changing out some things, and there's a little free template. The class is free, the orientation is free, and like I said, that's at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then we now have on Saturday at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we have a reteach of the weekly live class that's on Wednesday night. So if you miss the Wednesday night class, or if you miss it, if you're unable to come on Wednesday nights as a VIP member, but you still want to get that hands-on interaction to go through the template, for if you have any questions, then come and join us on Saturday for a reteach of the Wednesday night class. And that again is on Saturday at 5 Eastern Standard Time. And that class is being led by Coach Destiny. So we have some new coaches in the mix. And so like I said, we have stuff going on every night. Mondays is content night with Ant, that's going to be teaching you how to create better content to put out for your social media. On Tuesdays now, we're going to be having Money Matters, and that's where Walt is going to be sharing credit, business credit, and that's on Tuesday at 7 Eastern Standard Time, and at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, that's when the Shopify Accelerator is. So if you took the Shopify challenge and you're trying to get your Shopify up and running and you're having issues, the Shopify Accelerator is where you want to be. That's where we take it to the next level for your Shopify. We set up automation. Some of you have seen the automations. You have access to the app that is not fully released for the whole community yet, but you get access to the app in the Shopify Accelerator. And then, of course, Wednesday night is live VIP class. And then Thursday is Craft to Quit, which is our platinum VIP. And that's where we are doing Shopify audits and also taking any of your questions on building your business. The Craft to Quit program is designed to help you as a starting entrepreneur go and taking your side hustle to your full-time, if that's the trajectory of your business. And then on Friday nights, we'll have Crafting for Cash with me. And normally it's going to be I'm going to show you practical applications of the templates. I'll be probably taking some of Wednesday night's templates and then showing you how to put those on different substrates. Like I said, we were going to do a demo tonight with my daughter for the stole, but I had to change that up at the last minute. So I decided to go on ahead and give y'all a walkthrough on the Automizer. Let's see. How do you become a VIP? So you go to the Academy. Let's see. That's it. I'm gonna give you a link. Join the Academy. So we have 3 different levels of membership for the Academy. We have our standard Photoshop level, which is $50 a month. And that's where you have access to weekly courses. We have I don't even know how many courses it is now, but when you join the Academy and the standard level, you get 4 classes immediately, which are our classes 101 through 104. And then you get an unlocking course every week. Every week, another course unlocks for you. And there are templates and there are videos that walk you through the templates. They're the recordings of those classes when they were live. Okay. And then we have our VIP membership, which is $97 a month, which gives you access, which is the same access from the standard, but you actually get to come to the live Wednesday night course for free. Okay, those weekly live classes are $97 a week. And if you pay $97 a month, you get access to you get a class that unlocks for you every week, and you get access to the live class. So you're actually getting two templates every week. Okay. And then we have our Platinum VIP, which is our Platinum VIP is our Craft Equip program, which I just talked about, which gives you the same access to the live weekly class on Wednesday night, but also we have our Thursday night session where it's a Zoom session, and only and all of the things that I just talked about, everything from the Monday to the Monday through Friday, each one of those events, Craft to Quit, our Platinum VIP, they get in the room on all of that. So right now, our Platinum VIP, Craft to Quit, they are all in the Zoom room with me and able to ask questions while we're doing this content live on YouTube, which is why some of the questions and things that are posted in the YouTube, we don't are not being addressed, because the live the Q&A time is for our Platinum VIP and Craft Equip members. So it's definitely a benefit to get in the room. So let's see, Marcella, you said, how do we gain access to the Shopify automations? So that is in the Shopify Accelerator program. So and Shanon is taking applications for the Shopify Accelerator program, right? The Shopify Accelerator program right now. She's taking applications for the program. So we already have our first group in Shopify Accelerator, and yeah, it's going really good. But all of the things that we're doing, the Wednesday night class and then Thursday night Craft to Quit, the Shopify audit, if you have a Shopify store and you're wanting to get help, you want somebody to audit the Shopify store and to give you one-on-one feedback, that's what we're doing on Thursday nights, but it's only for our Platinum VIP shop, the Craft to Quit members that have access to that. So to buy Platinum VIP, all in the room. Is there any other questions you guys have tonight? All right, I think they good. So, oh, you're welcome. I hope it was helpful. I hope that the demo, even though I don't really we're not answering on the YouTube side. That's why we're encouraging y'all to get in the room. But I still hope that the demo, for any of you who are asking questions about the Automizer, I still hope that the demo was beneficial for you guys, and hearing about the academy and everything and what we're doing in the academy. So I am going to go ahead and end this for the night. I'm going to end the live first. So on YouTube, good night. Let's see. see how I gotta find my YouTube thing.